In recent years, over-the-shoulder chest bags have become all the rage, and oftentimes replacing fanny packs for us dudes and purses for you ladies. But I've always seen them as more style than function until now. Thankfully, VanQuest has come to the rescue with the Tekko series of over-the-shoulder crossbody bags that we can wear up tight on our chest or slung over our shoulders like a satchel. And a few months back, I got the 6 for myself and the 4 size, the smaller one, for Mrs. Gideonstactical. And we've used them a bunch, really gotten a good feel for them to see in this video where they maybe make sense, how they could potentially replace a waist pack or fanny pack, how do they stack up when it comes to concealed carry and EDC equipment, and whether or not it makes sense to have an over-the-shoulder front shoulder bag, chest bag like this, or if it's better to stay with a dedicated EDC backpack or a waist bag. That's what we're gonna find out in today's video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideon's Tactical. Let's dive in. All right, so out the gate, I want to discuss concealed carrying your sidearm, that's clear, in one of these bags, because I think a lot of you potentially are really curious about that. That might be why you're watching this video, and you're looking for an off-body option for your CCW. Now, if that's not something you're interested in, I'm gonna go through all the specs and all the details and stuff in just a moment. There's chapters in the timeline below, so you can skip ahead. But for those of you who are curious, and I know I'm gonna get comments right away, on body is always better. Agreed. Carrying your sidearm on body is always the preferred way. You know where it is at all times, less likely for someone to take it off of you, and a quicker deployment 99% of the time than if it's in a bag. Now, and the downside of carrying a sidearm in a bag is that someone could rip it off your body. You could accidentally leave it somewhere, and then someone takes it, and then, that's a nightmare. And it's always going to be a slower deployment, from my personal experience, out of a bag than if it's in your waistband somewhere or some other part of your body. Not an ankle holster probably, but so with that said, I understand that there are people who have clothing preferences or have to for work, job, that just doesn't make sense. It's really tough to wear a sidearm on your person. Body type, as well as just environments, your job, whatever. It just makes more sense to have it in a bag than to have it on your person. Great. I want to answer that question for those of you. Now, there are 3 places to attach your sidearm. I'm using my Glock 19. I have a MAXPEDITION Velcro attachment that carries a spare mag. I just really like these. I have a few of them. I'll have a link popping up here if you're interested in those. VanQuest does also carry a few different options. I think this is the only one I could find with that can carry a spare mag if you want. So there are basically 3 main locations where you could attach this type of Velcro backed, band for a holster or whatever on both of these bags. And they are identically laid out. The 4 liter and the 6 liter inside and out are identically laid out. Just the 6 is bigger, the 4 is smaller. That's literally it. So on the back here of the 6, and that's what I was using, you have here an up against your body pocket with 1 hook and loop attachment right here in a single zipper. I don't know if this is the dedicated CCW compartment. If it is, I don't really know what. It's going to be really hard to find any firearm. It's going to have to be really, really small. My 19 will not fit in there at all. And my shield, if I really jam it and work it, I can kind of get it, but it's always like bulging and like barely fits in the 6. And when it comes to the 4, none of my sidearms, including my M&P shield, from Smith & Wesson, will fit inside this compartment without basically running it sideways, and then I don't know how you're going to pull that. So these zippers should have been all the way up top, and then they could have fit a lot more because of where they're located, like a 1/4 of the way down. It eats up some of the space and just isn't ideal for CCW there, in my personal opinion, and the sidearms that I own. So you're left with having to use the main compartment, and you have a hook and loop pocket back here. All this is hook and loop. That's where I started using my 19, and it's a nightmare to try and pull from there. That would be ideal, but the lip of the pocket gets in the way, and you're trying to fight this other main divider pocket, and it's a mess. So that is not an ideal place to locate your CCW. So you have one option, in my opinion, from how I got it to actually be able to deploy the firearm well, is that these pockets right here by the elastic band are also hook and loop. So you're just going to be putting it in the main compartment right there. But when I did that, Within about 10 minutes, I could get a decent pull. That's what you're seeing in the video. The zippers are YKK water resistant, waterproof zippers. They have luggage lock loops on that main compartment as well, so that's a nice little touch. So you could lock up your sidearm if you needed to for some reason and transport it. That was with like 10 minutes of practice. So if you are gonna do it, practice, 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 so you know what you're doing and how to do it. But I was actually surprised that in that location and layout, the speed of deployment was pretty impressive. So if you are gonna do it, it will take up the main compartment space and you're gonna lose some organization, but you can easily carry any, like, I mean, on the 6, you could put a 1911 in here, and on the 4-liter, you could easily get my Glock 19 into that main compartment if you wish. So hopefully that answers some of those questions. Leave comments below. What do you think? Do you prefer to carry it off body or on body for your own CCW situation? All right, now to the down and dirty. You're gonna get wolf gray as an option, and yes, that is a huge hook and loop panel right there. I really like the low profile of the gray and the black, and then you get a multi-cam black option as well. So that is excellent for urban environments. Now, I know, guys, I'm working on the Gideonstactical patches. I'm just trying to find the right distributor for us to use. Now, I'm going to be using the 4 as our main layout. I'm going to run in the 6 a few times just for size perspective here. But as I stated, YKK zippers, excellent throughout. The build quality on every VanQuest I've ever owned over the years is superb. You're getting ultra good build quality in any bag from VanQuest that I have ever seen. Now, on the exterior, we're getting, I know the black, I believe, is USA made, or maybe it's the multicam black is USA made Cordura 500 denier fabric. There's, you know, 210 ripstop. There's lots of good specs on the VanQuest website. They're very detailed, which is really nice. Now, on the exterior, you have 2 lashing points for carabiners and other things you might want, and giving you a little extra thing to grab onto if you were to deploy a sidearm. You get those runners along the bottom for different attachments if you wanted to. You could even do like bear spray or mace down in there. Hey, hey, hey. So you got that on either side as well. And then with the grab handle, so you can grab it, you know, move it around easily. That's a nice touch. And then the shoulder strap, okay? So the shoulder strap is like seatbelt level quality. It's 1.5 inches. They have a quick adjustment loop right here, which I'm really impressed with, making it easy to adjust. I think it goes down to 33 inches, so you can really cinch it up against your body or cinch it out so that you can then, you know, have it loosely and kind of carry it more like a satchel. That especially works well with the larger version. But, you know, if you're traveling and you're using this and you want it really close to your body so you don't get it, you know, tampered with, boom, you can cinch it up and then you can loosen it up when needed. Now, the other benefit to that, along with just really nice little leather accents right there, I like that, is that these are quick release tabs. You just push those tabs, you can completely remove the shoulder strap and tuck away the little tabs, which then turn this into an organizer. I really like this concept. For those of you who like multifunctionality out of your bags, you could use this as your EDC organizer most of the time, put it in a larger backpack, but then, you know, maybe you have your big bag that's with your laptop and all your stuff for work, but then you just want to run across the street and, you know, get a coffee really quick. Boom, you pull this out, click on your shoulder strap, ready to rock and roll, and then, you know, tuck it and put it away. So that's just a nice little feature and adds versatility, I believe, to the bag itself. All right, now let's get to the guts. And I actually filmed this before. It was just like taking forever, so I'm gonna be running in some footage of photos and different things from a secondary shot that I had. So if my audio doesn't quite match up, that's what's happening. So on the back panel near your body, this has that what was potentially a CCW, would be ideal for your wallet, phone, passport, you know, boarding pass, that type of stuff, easily fit in there. You have Velcro if needed. It's got that fleece feeling, so you can put your screen up against that. Then as we go around to the front, we get a similar front pocket, singular zipper. The pull tabs are excellent. Open that sucker up, and then you just get slick high-vis nylon in there. Very large compartment though, and this is the first feature that when there's so many bags that are out there, so it's the details that really separate, you know, the wheat from the chaff. And VanQuest always does these little details. So they put a little paracord loop in there that you can attach an included key keeper, and that key keeper can click in there if you want to keep your keys in there, or they can go into the main compartment, and there are 4 paracord loops there that you can attach it inside the main compartment as well. So it's just a little feature there that's really nice, that's not tethered, and they give you lots of options in different compartments. Okay, then as we go to the main compartment, big, large one, opens up really nice, basically 50% of the way. You're gonna have a mesh clear kind of pocket on the front with some hook and loop inside. Then we look here at the main compartment. You're gonna get a divider with elastic bands that you can put all types of gear. I got, you know, multi-tools, flashlights, mini fixed blades, all of that. Now that is where, again, your sidearm will have to go, in my experience, for best like deployment option, meaning you're not gonna be able to use that front elastic band. Less organization, so you're sacrificing that for your CCW. If you're not carrying a CCW, lots of elastic band organization in there. Now behind that, you get 2 dividers so you can put wallets, phones, you know, like a SWAT T tourniquet, a mini, you know, medical kit, whatever you want. And then the back panel is just a big kind of full panel right there of, again, the hook and loop, so you can organize it if you want. 7x5. I had to double check that. VANQUEST organizer, that will easily go in that main compartment with tons of real estate left over. So just kind of give you some size perspective as you're considering the 4. Now onto the 6 for size. It could easily fit your Claymore mine. Just kidding. Your Claymore mine speaker, Bluetooth speaker, waterproof. This thing is so sick. I love it. It's a conversation starter. We use it all year round, oftentimes outside jamming around the campfire. I'll have a link popping up if they're in stock. Very cool little setup there. So it would fit that, I mean, if you needed to. But, and blast your tunes in your Ghetto Blaster. But here's a 9.5 by 6.5 axe book. Really like that book. Maybe I'll throw that in a link for you guys as well. But anyway, that can easily fit in there, no problem. So a smaller tablet could fit in the 6. Gaming systems, things like that, no problem. So I want to land this with pricing and kind of where do I see this fitting in compared to fanny packs and just like dedicated, you know, sling bags, shoulder bags, messenger bags, whatever you want to call it, satchels, Indiana Jones bags, whatever. Okay, so the first thing, VanQuest did not sponsor or pay me to do this video in any way, shape, or form. I requested these samples and I have an affiliate link. That's it. I'll have a link popping up here over to VanQuest, as well as in the description box below, where you can hop on over and explore these, as well as many other, you know, fanny packs, waist bags, backpacks, all that they got. All of it is excellent quality, and they've been producing really good stuff for a long time. Now, with that said, you're looking at about, on the 4, 108 to 118, depending on color combinations, and then you're looking at about 128 to 138 for the 6. So that's the pricing. Excellent quality. I would say the 4 sits right about where you would pay for, say, similar layout bags from high-end manufacturers like Mystery Ranch, and I would put these on par or even like above what Mystery Ranch, now Yeti, does, things like that. When you start getting into the 6 at that price point of, like, let's just say 125 bucks, you can definitely get some dedicated messenger bags that are really good quality, that are larger, that can carry your computer, that can carry, you know, a lot more equipment and do those type of things for around that same cost. So it's really, for value, going to come down to, do you see value in having an over-the-shoulder bag, crossbody bag, and that's what you're looking for? Well, the layout and the materials is primo. So you're going to get that, and you get a lot of different color options and things like that. Now, when we look at it, for me, we're talking from personal experience. Now, if you run into me on the street, I'm not going to have a fanny pack, and I'm probably not going to have one of these over my body. I'm just going to be honest with you. My wife loves carrying these type of crossbody bags now. It's like her jam. For me personally, I'm not going to be having either one of those on my day-to-day living. I'm going to have a dedicated messenger bag because I carry a lot more gear and equipment, video stuff, all that. When I'm doing hiking, I'm going to be carrying a fanny pack or a dedicated like chest rig from 511 that I have. And so where would I personally see this as value? Obviously, if you don't want a fanny pack, but you want to carry more gear and equipment, and I could definitely see myself with the 6. I probably wouldn't be carrying the 4 very frequently unless I was using it as an organizer. The 6, though, is a really cool idea because it feels like a satchel. If I wasn't carrying camera gear and all sorts of other stuff on a regular basis, this would make a lot of sense for just a compact EDC. So that's me, that's my mileage. I think these are very unique, and we're keeping them in the rotation for certain scenarios when we go traveling. You know, for my wife, when she wants to have these options. And then for me, when we travel, that's where we see them as valuable. But I want to know from you guys. And I appreciate you. I hope that it's been fun, entertaining, giving you the data that you need. Check out the other video. Subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.